Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today we have this challenge again. Now this question has been on the internet causing some reactions, and I recall I'm the first person to bring this problem or this challenge to the internet, okay? But I just have to take it down because I made some mistake in it. And I've taken time to watch a lot of people producing videos on this challenge, solving this problem. And none of them have actually solved it to my satisfaction, okay? And after checking out the video, I have to do a lot of research to bring out the best, because we are not here to mislead people. We are not here to mislead our fans, our viewers so far, okay? All right, so in this challenge, we're going to see if there is a solution to this, or if there is a solution, why is it not in agreement with what we have in here? I'm going to use a different method in solving this, okay? So one, we're going to use the algebraic method, and we're going to also use the graphical method to show the answer to this. If there is no answer, we're going to tell at the end of it also. So the question is x plus 1 equal to x. What is the value of x that satisfies this challenge here? So the first here, we're going to take our solution first. So if we take our solution, now look at this question. We have x plus 1 equal to rx here. So how to approach this is this. We're going to use the first method, which is the algebraic method, okay? The reason why I want to use two methods in solving this is because the algebraic method I'm going to use will correspond with the graphical method, okay? And in some of the videos I watched so far, none of them have actually used the graphical method, okay? And the algebraic method they use is not really the best approach to solving this algebraically. Now, in most of the videos I watched so far concerning this challenge, they go ahead to square both sides of the equation. Of course, that is not a proper approach to solving this, okay? So with this, what I'm going to do here now is this. I want to use the graphical method first in solving this. And again, I will now use the algebraic method and see if the two results will correspond, okay? Now, let's take in our graph. Let's plot our graph here. Our x and y axis. So if we take this as our y axis, then here we have our x axis here. So here we have our negative, our y, and here we have our negative x, right? Good. So we're going to plot the graph for this and for this. So let's calibrate our graph. Here we have here positive 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's stop at 2, 3. Then here we have negative 1, here we have negative 2, here we have negative 3. Here we have positive 1, positive 2, we have positive 3. On this other side, we're going to have negative 1, we have negative 2, and here we have negative 3. Graph, we're going to plot the first part of it, which is the left-hand side of the equation on this graph. And if you check this, it's going to give us y equal to our x plus 1. So if we plot this on this graph, so our y being positive 1 and our x is going to take negative 1. And so our graph is going to take this shape. This is the first part of it. All right, sorry. This is not to scale, please. Okay, but this is going to take somewhere here. Here we have our minus 1 here, right? Good. So this is our graph. This is our y equal to x plus 1. Now we can do that for the second part, which is going to give us y equal to x. So if we have y equal to x, so it's going to take the origin here. Both of them are going to start from the origin, and so we're going to have this to be passing through the origin like this, okay? So we have our y equal to our x. So this is the graph of y equal to x, while this is the graph of y equal to x plus 1. So you discover that if we trace this to infinity, they cannot meet. And if we trace this down on the negative side of it, it will not also meet. So we're going to have our s is going to give us positive, negative, infinity. So from the graphical method, we're going to have our x is equals to plus minus our infinity. All right, so this is the answer. So how do we solve algebraically to get this positive and negative infinity? Again, at the end of the day, we'll go to ask or go to show if this answer actually satisfies this equation, if infinity can be regarded as an answer to this algebraic equation. Okay, I'm going to prove that, okay, if it will be regarded or not. So stay till the end of this class. And so we'll use the first method. This is the first method now. Okay, this is first method. The first method is the graphical method. So we want to use the second method, which is the algebraic method. So let's start from here. So let's take this as our algebraic method. Our algebraic method. So with this, what we do here now is this. So we're having our x plus 1 is equals to x. The number one thing we're going to do here, we are not going to square both sides of the equation like many people did in their solving. Okay, doing that is wrong. We cannot square both sides of the equation as we have in here. So what we do here is this. We want to divide both sides by x. So we say divide through by x. So divide through by x. So if we do that, we're going to have our x all over x plus 1 all over x is equal to our x all over x. And so this will give us 1, 1, and this will give us 1, 1, right? So we're going to have 1 there plus our 1 all over x equal to 1. Simple, right? Good. We are looking for x, right? So we move this 1 to this side of the equation so that the variable stay on the left-hand side of the equation. And so this is going to give us our 1 all over x equal to, here we have our 1 minus 1. So this is going to give us 1 all over x is equal to our 0. So here comes the bone of contention or the contradiction or the challenge. Okay, so this is where we have the real challenge to this problem now. Now, if we decide to multiply through by x, we're going to have 1 equal to 0, right? Good. So if I are to multiply, we're going to have here 1 is equal to our 0. And we know that 1 is not equal to 0. So it would be wrong to multiply through by x. Now, again, if we decide to divide through by 0, it will be a problem, right? Okay, so since we cannot multiply by our x and we are looking for x, we just have to find the reciprocal of both sides of the equation. Okay, right. So if we find the reciprocal of both sides, this is going to give us our x is equal to our 1 all over 0. So here we have another challenge again. We are having 1 all over 0. Can we divide by 0? The answer is absolutely no. But yeah, look at what we want to prove here. We are having x using the graphical method to be plus minus infinity. So using the algebraic method, can we get this infinity from this? Yes. Now, if you check this system, this is undefined. 1 all over 0 is undefined. Now, in that video I put down, I gave a scenario, okay, an analysis or an analytical way of doing our division. For instance, if we have our 6 divided by 2, this is equal to, or a simple way of simplifying this or explaining this is just our 6 minus our 2. And what will this give us? This will give us our 4. We take this 4, subtract this 2 from it again, which is this 2 we are using to divide. So we're going to have this to be 4 minus 2, which is equals to 2. We take this 2, this answer, and subtract this 2 from it. So we're going to have this to be 2 minus 2, which is equals to 0. So it is at the point we have our answer, which is our final answer, to be 0, that we stop our division. Okay? Because if you continue, it will not make any sense. So what happened? We now count the number of times we subtracted 2 from 6. So we have here 1, 2, 3. Before we got to 0, it's 3 good times. So we can say that 6 all over 2 is equal to 3. Okay? So we can take 2 from 6 3 good times before we get to 0. Right? So if we come to this part of our question now, of our solving, So we're going to say here 1 all over 0 is equal to our 1 minus 0. Right? Good. So if we have our 1 minus 0 like we did here, what will be the answer? This is going to give us our 1. So we pick this 1 again, and this is going to give us 1 minus this 0 here. So we have 0. This is equal to what? 1. And we pick this 1 again to give us our 1 minus this 0 again. So this is going to give us what? 1. And if we keep doing that, we go down, down, down until we have infinity. So this is undefined. Okay, so 1 all over 0 is undefined. So if it is undefined, let's just put it here. This is undefined. It's undefined. But from this analysis, we discover that it will go to infinity, which is undefined, right? Good. So we're going to have our x from here. Therefore, our x is equal to our plus minus infinity. Okay, so but the question now is this. Let's take this answer here and let's take this answer. So we discovered that the graphical method and the algebraic method I use in solving this gave us x equal to plus minus infinity. Now the next challenge or the next question now is this. Is infinity a number, or can we have infinity as an answer to this mathematics? Now if we look at this mathematics critically, this is an algebra. This is an algebraic expression, algebraic equation. And in algebraic equation, infinity is not a number. Okay? Although there are situations whereby infinity can be regarded as an answer, but not in simple algebraic mathematics of this kind here. So if infinity is not regarded as a number, or cannot be attributed as an answer, or cannot be regarded as an answer in algebraic equation or algebraic mathematics, then it also means there is no solution in this question. There is no solution. Now, I dropped something and I said, infinity is not a number. It's a concept. But again, there are areas in mathematics or some other aspect of life where infinity is regarded as a number or can be given regarded as an answer to a problem. In limit, infinity is recognized. Okay. Then also in some artwork, okay, in art mathematics, infinity is also regarded as a number or as an answer to. Also in set, infinity is also regarded as a number, all right? But in algebra here, infinity is not regarded as a number. It's a concept. It's just a concept, all right? Okay, so I believe you must have learned something from this video. If you do, drop a comment in the comment section or drop your idea with regards to this math challenge, okay? And we'll see you in the comment section. Thank you for being there. Bring more challenges your way. Bye for now.